What is that? It's your mother. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing, but we're gonna watch the top 10 most unbreakable sports records, stats. Nope, just records. I fucked up the intro. Just records. Top 10 most unbreakable sports records ever. Thought I knew what I was talking about. Didn't. Fucked up the intro again. Nice. Well done, Clark. Let's get it started.
Welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10, guys. My name is Danny Burke, and I do hope today is everything you hoped it would be. And if not,
these dudes are so fucking cringy. Alright, man. God damn. Just fucking start the video.
A lot more motivational.
He's worse than me. This is cringe.
Guys, we're gonna get
shit.
sporty and motivated and talk about some records in sport that are said to be unbreakable. Nobody will ever surpass them. Now, people have said this about many records in the past, and then guess what? People have gone on to beat them. But even so, many people say that the records we're about to talk about, surely they can't be beaten. Now, do you guys agree? Is there any one way to find out? Let's see as we jump into our top 10 unbreakable sports records with our number 10, Michael Phelps.
Thank you. It's about time.
Phelps is often called the greatest Olympian of all time. Now, most athletes would consider it the pinnacle of their career if they achieved a gold medal at an Olympic event. The Olympics comes around every 4 years, and so it's considered a huge achievement if an athlete can stay on top of their sport for years and years and earn maybe 3, 4, 5 gold medals. During Michael Phelps' career, he earned 18 gold medals. What? The number 2 spot has 9. That's literally half the amount that Phelps achieved. It's a fairly recent record. Phelps got his last gold medal in 2012.
Get his little high ass.
People are already saying that 18 gold medals for one athlete might just be impossible to beat. What do you guys think? At number 9 now, we have the Golden State Warriors, who hold the NBA record for the most wins in one season, an incredible 73.
That's not getting beaten.
In 1972, the LA Lakers managed 69
Shit, I mean, it might. Damn, I forgot they got KD little D-Ride bandwagon sucking ass. Damn, they fuck around a bit. No, they're not gonna beat it. I honestly don't think they are.
They were the first team to break 70 wins in one season, and many people thought that this was simply unbeatable, and they weren't wrong. In the last 20 years since then, most teams didn't even come close.
I mean, they were cheesing. They were cheesing their ass off. They were cheesing like it was 2K. They were just cheesing threes. I mean, you shoot 30 threes, 30, 40 threes a game, and the other team shoots 10 or 15. You're gonna win.
Wins meant to him. He said it means I am a part of the best team ever. And some people
and you
are
choked
now
it 3-1,
starting to believe
you
it.
pussy fag.
Next up at number 8, we have legendary tennis player Steffi Graf. On August 17th, 1987, she became
pause, hold on. They better have LeBron leading in all categories, motherfucker, because that's never gonna be done before unless it's by LeBron. Fucking now I'm mad. What the hell is continue?
Number 1 ranked women's tennis player in the world. She held on to that title for almost 4 years. That's absolutely crazy. Until March 11th, 1991, for a total of 186 weeks at the number 1 spot. For many years, the closest anyone came to being that dominant in the sport was Martina Hingis, but she only managed 80 weeks before being knocked off the number 1 spot. That's not even half of what Steffi Graf managed. And Steffi didn't have easy competition. It wasn't just like a fluke. One of her main rivals was the legend Monica Seles. Current number 1 in the world, Serena Williams, might be the only person who could take this title, but she'd have to remain number 1 until mid-September 2016. Only time will tell. Now at number 7, we have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who holds the record for the most career points in the NBA history with an astounding 38,387. Legends of the game like Wilt Chamberlain and Shaquille O'Neal don't even come close to this. Even Michael Jordan trails by 6,000 points. Kareem was a 7'2" legend of the sport who spent
how many does LeBron have right now?
The Milwaukee Bucks and LA Lakers, finally retiring in 1989 with a whole slew of records, including most minutes played and most field goals made. He eventually lost those titles over time, but
Lil Bass, boy,
27 years
big
on,
tooth ass.
Nobody nobody looks like they're ever going to beat that incredible amount of career points. The best hope in almost 3 decades was Kobe Bryant. He was only 5,000 points behind Kareem, but then he retired in April 2016.
He should have been retired
now
too.
People are seriously wondering if this sporting record will ever be beaten. Now at number 6, we have something
How many does
I
LeBron
actually
have?
remember watching. Yes, I will never forget this tennis match we're about to talk about. How could I? It was the longest tennis match of all time.
Bro,
however you look
this
at
is
it, either by
this is
time
why
or
shit like
number
this
of
piss me
games,
off.
the
Why is the
2010
longest tennis
between
match?
American
Like,
John
bro,
Isner
that
and
doesn't
Nicholas
deserve to be
Mahfouz.
over
It's the longest
the
tennis
Warriors'
match in
record.
the
Like, who gives a
game.
shit
The
how
game
long a
started
tennis
on the
match was?
22nd
Like, are you
of June,
actually?
but had to
This
be
is some,
postponed until
bro.
the next day.
I don't have anything against
Look,
tennis. I used to
they
play
literally
tennis.
Ran out of sunlight. Then the next day,
But
the
that's
same
dumb.
thing
That's-
happened.
come on,
On
that's-
the
that's
Thursday,
dumb.
John Isner finally won. Over the course of those days, the match lasted 11 hours and 5 minutes, smashing the previous record by
Right,
over
that's-
4.5
that's super
hours.
boring.
The score actually got so high that the scoreboard at the event broke. Yeah, it actually just broke because it wasn't programmed to go that high. Mental. Moving on to number 5
That's not
now,
mental,
we have
that's boring
Paula
as fuck.
Radcliffe, who currently holds the record for the fastest women's marathon time of all time. In 2003, Paula ran the London Marathon in 2 hours, 15 minutes and 25 seconds, beating her own record by more
She
than
is
2
skinny as
minutes.
shit. That
was
shit is hard to
13 years
look
ago,
at.
and
God
nobody
damn.
has since come close
Fuck,
to
she
running
is skinny.
26.2 miles that quickly. It's simply amazing. There doesn't seem to be any explanation for how Paula ran that fast, other than she was obviously dedicated to it, she was obviously built for it, and she had an amazing training regime.
Ugh.
In an interview, Paula Radcliffe once
Alright,
joked
stop fucking
that
showing her
daughter,
body.
Isla, who was born in 2007,
Right, show her daughter,
might be the
don't
only
show her
person
little nasty
who will
body,
beat
yes.
her own record. Now, you might think that's ridiculous, but to be honest, it's been almost a decade now, and people are starting to believe it. At number 4, we have the
Shit, her
fastest
daughter might
man
be raw
on
as
the
shit.
planet at the
Like
time
D-Wade
of recording this
said or some
video,
shit.
Usain Bolt, who holds the record for running 100 meters in a mind-blowing 9.58 seconds. Now, he actually holds the top 3 spots for this, as and he's the only
Goat.
person who seems to be able to beat himself. It's
Goat.
been 7 years since Usain Bolt broke that 9.6 barrier, and a lot of people are wondering, will anyone be able to even run 100 meters in less than 9.58? Is it even physically possible? In 2008, a mathematician calculated that it might be physically possible for someone to do it slightly quicker, but only up to 9.44 seconds. Now, scientists have weighed up a whole bunch of possible conditions to try and predict if it will be possible, but the truth is, no one knows. It seems like the only way for Usain Bolt's record to be broken is to just sit and wait, but seeing as he's the only competition he has at the moment, we might be waiting a while. Moving on to number 3
I think
now,
that'll
we're
be
going
broken
back in time
eventually,
to talk
but
about
I don't think it'll be
Cy
anytime
Young,
soon.
and possibly the greatest baseball record of all time. During his 22-year-long career in the MLB, he managed 511 wins. I'm pausing for effect. That's almost 100 more wins than Walter Johnson, who got 417. He was in second place. In fact, only 24 players have ever managed to break
definitely
the
not being
300
broke.
mark.
Yeah,
The
that's-
current
yeah.
leader is Bartolo Colon. He's been playing for 19 years,
It
and
is
he's
ugly,
only at
yes.
219 wins. Hopefully, these figures will give you an idea for just how incredible Cy Young's 511 career wins are. For some baseball fans,
Yeah, he was
this
a goat.
record is totally unbreakable because the sport has
definitely
actually
not being
changed so
bro-
much
yeah,
since
it's
then.
definitely
For
not being
example, the
broken.
threat of the ball leaving the yard was smaller back then, the strike zone was larger, and the pitchers were often told to pitch to contact. Still, what got Cy this record wasn't necessarily these changes, but the sheer durability of the guy. He was just so tough. Most players back then might be lucky to see 15 seasons. He saw 22. He got this record, and now people think it will remain literally forever. Alright guys, coming in
Yeah, I
at number
think it
2
will
now,
too.
we have a name that any basketball fan will know as one etched
Yeah,
into the
that's
NBA
not getting
record
broken.
books. Wilt Chamberlain.
What is the
and his
number 1
100
spot
point
though?
game.
Pause. Let's take a second before they talk about this. What do you think the number 1 spot is gonna be? I honestly, I don't know. It's not gonna be the football undefeated. Home runs? I don't know. Let's just watch.
In 1961, Wilt shocked the world by scoring a staggering 78 points in one game. People were amazed and were speculating that perhaps one day, maybe, 80 points might be beaten. Just 3 months later, Wilt proved that and more was possible by scoring 100 points in his legendary game for the Philadelphia Warriors versus the New York Knicks on March 2nd, 1962. The game was not actually televised and no video footage has ever surfaced, but there are sound recordings of the game's fourth quarter as it was being broadcast on the radio. Over Wilt's career, he racked up at least a dozen NBA records that many now see as being unbreakable, but this one is widely agreed as the best. In January 2006, the world held its breath as Kobe Bryant played a spectacular game that looked promising to take the title, but he still fell short with 81 points. It's been 54 years now since Wilt set that record. It's been a long time, over half a century, and people have almost given up on seeing it ever being broken in their lifetimes. It's a truly incredible statistic. And finally, at number 1, we've got a hockey player that became so legendary in his sport, he's often referred to as, quite simply, the Great One. But you might know him as Wayne Gretzky. During his 20-year-long career between 1979 and 1999, he racked up more NHL records than anyone thought possible. But many are most impressed by how many career points he took away. A mind-bending 2,857 of them. That's more than 1,000 more than his nearest contender in second place. The average number of points that a professional hockey player gets per season is about 112. Now, if they managed to bring that up to an impressive 140 and then consistently did that for about 20 years, they still wouldn't be able to beat Wayne Gretzky's record. How crazy is that? It's the simple fact that he is so far ahead of anyone else and has been for 17 years since he retired that makes people seriously doubt this record will ever be broken. They don't call you the Great One for nothing. Well guys, I've had...
we're not trying to hear you talk. Shut the hell up. That's enough of you talking. Wow. Wayne Gretzky, I didn't even know about that. Don't watch a lot of hockey. Yeah, I'm from Chicago. Blackhawks are pretty good. Don't watch a lot though. I knew Wayne Gretzky was the GOAT, obviously, but I didn't know that he held that stat. Wow, that's crazy. Some of you guys guessed that. Most of you guys didn't know, like me. This video is going on long enough. I don't really have too much I have to say. Plus, I gotta go beat my meat and shit. So I mean, I'm gonna just go ahead and hop into that. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Drop some comments below for some future videos. Again, beat meat time. Let's go. Let's get it popping. I'm out.
Okay, see what you got for us. Money.